Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be discussing about the Finance Commission and the financial devolution among states. So nowadays you will be seeing in news the topics which are coming up, like the Kerala Chief Minister is in Delhi to talk about the financial devolution with the center, and then the Karnataka Chief Minister was also in Delhi to talk about the financial devolution with the center. So there was a conflict which is going on specifically with the southern states and the center with regard to the devolution of finances from the center to the states. Now about the points of discussion, first we'll be looking at the news, and then about the divisional pool of taxes, Finance Commission constituted, basis for allocation, what are the issues with it, and in the end a prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is Finance Commission constitutional body. You should be able to know about the Finance Commission and what are the basis for allocation, and very recently a question was also asked with regard to the basis for allocation and what are the changes that has been recently made with regard to the basis for allocation. So the news talks about on financial devolution among states. So what is happening is that the various opposition ruled states, specifically from the South India, like for example Kerala and Karnataka, they have claimed that they have not been receiving their fair share as per the present scheme of the financial devolution. And when we talk about the word financial devolution, it means that the money which the states are receiving from the center, first with regard to the Finance Commission formula, and then they also receive in the form of grants. So now the problem which lies is with the formula that has been given by the Finance Commission. So issues about their less than proportionate share of receipt in tax revenue when compared to their contribution towards tax collection. So the southern states are saying that what we contribute to the center, we are not getting that much money back. It means we are contributing more but we are receiving less money. That we will be discussing in detail. What is divisible pool of taxes? So what is it? So with regard to the article 270 of the Indian Constitution, it talks about a scheme of distribution of net tax proceeds collected by the union government between center and states. So the union government receives money in the form of receipts, and these receipts are in the form of the taxes which the people of the country, that is the citizens of India, pay in the form of GST, in the form of corporate tax, in the form of income tax and many others. So the union government collects it, and then between the center and the state it distributes it, and the taxes shared between center and states are corporate tax, personal income tax, central GST, and central share of the IGST, that is the integrated GST. So these are the taxes which are shared between the center and the states, and the highest amount which the union government receives is in the form of GST, then corporate tax, then personal income tax, and the amount with regard to GST has increased over the years, and the division is based on the recommendation of the Finance Commission. So Finance Commission is a constitution body under Article 280 of the Indian Constitution, and every 5 years it gets constituted. So this division between the center and the state is based on the Finance Commission, and states are also provided grants in aid as per the recommendation of the Finance Commission. So apart from this devolution, there is grants in aid also, and the divisible pool does not include cess and surcharge that are levied by the center. So cess and surcharge is not included in it. So cess is an extra, you can say, extra percentage of tax which a person pay, and this is not for permanent in nature, it is for a temporary period, like for example environmental cess, education cess. While surcharge, you can say that surcharge is applied on people who are earning much more than what all other people are earning. So this is surcharge is a tax which you can say that the high net worth people in India pay. Now Finance Commission, how is it constituted? So Finance Commission is a constitutional body and it is constituted under Article 280 of the Indian Constitution and constituted every 5 years, and it is exclusively constituted by the Union government, and it is a multi-member body. It consists of a chairman and 4 other members who are appointed by the president. So the members of the Finance Commission are appointed by the president, and about their qualifications, it has been given in the Indian Constitution, and the Union government has notified the Constitution of the 16th Finance Commission under the chairmanship of Dr. Arvind Panagaria for making its recommendations for the period of 2026 to 31. So this is about the 16th Finance Commission. So 16th Finance Commission for the period of 2026 to 31. So as of now, what is in place is the 15th Finance Commission. Now, what are the basis for allocation? One of the most important point that you need to know. So the basis of allocation means that the share of states from the divisible pool stands at 41% with regard to the 15th Finance Commission. So 15th Finance Commission has said that the divisible pool, that is the vertical devolution. Vertical devolution means that what is coming from center to the state. So what is coming from center to the state should be 41%, and this is with regard to the 15th Finance Commission, and that is why it is called a vertical devolution. And when we talk about the horizontal devolution, that is distribution among the states, and horizontal devolution is based on various criteria. See, what comes from center to state is called vertical devolution, and then how it is distributed among the states. On what criteria it is distributed among the states, between different states, on what criteria the money is distributed is called the horizontal devolution. So the basis for allocation with regard to the horizontal devolution is very, very, very important for you to know, because this is the portion from where the question can be asked at any point of time, and it has been asked because this is something which major changes took place under this point. Now look at the criteria on which the allocation for basis allocation is done. So first is the income distance. So income distance means that how much income or the per capita income the person of the state with the highest per capita income and the person from the state with the lowest per capita income. So what is the difference between them? So if we will see, then its share over the time has gone down. From 11th Finance Commission it was 62.5, then it reduced to 50, and 15th Finance Commission the percentage is 45%. Now comes the population aspect. So earlier the population was with regard to the 1971 census, but now the population is with regard to the 2011 census, and the devolution earlier was 10% with regard to 14th Finance Commission, and now it is 15%. Now area, it is 15%. Forest cover, forest and ecology. So forest and ecology is 10%. Then comes the demographic performance, it is 12.5%. Then comes tax effort, it is 2.5%, and in total it becomes 100%. And income distance has reduced from 62.5 to 45%. Then population has also reduced. Then comes the area from 7.5 has increased to 15%. Then comes the tax effort, it has increased from 5%, it has decreased from 5% to 2.5%. Now if we will talk about then criteria as per the 15th Finance Commission, that is, first is income distance. So the distance of state income from the state with highest per capita income with the lowest per capita income. Second is population as per the 2011 census, and till the 14th Finance Commission weightage was given for the population as per the 1971 census, but now it is with regard to the 2011 census. Then forest and ecology, share of dense forest of each state in the aggregate dense forest of all the state. So each state with regard to all the states. Then the demographic performance introduced to reward efforts made by states in controlling their population. So the states which are working towards controlling the population, they will be rewarded. Now tax effort to reward states with higher tax collection efficiency. So the states which are collecting more amount will be rewarded. But this is the aspect under which most of the conflict between the center and the states are going on, and specifically the southern states. So these are the criteria: income, distance, population, forest and ecology, demographic performance and tax effort. Now let's talk about the issues. So that is, first, cess and surcharge collected by the union government is estimated at around 23% of its gross tax receipt for the year 2024-25, but it does not form a part of the divisible pool. So around 23% of the amount which the center or the union government is getting, but this amount is not a part of the divisible pool. So this is where a lot of money, the states loses a lot of money. Then the amount each state gets back for every rupee they contribute to central taxes shows steep variation, and this is what the southern states are saying, that in the form of taxes they are contributing more, but what they are getting with regard to the horizontal devolution is very less. Then the percentage share in the divisible pool of taxes has been reducing for southern states over the last 6 financial years. So the divisible pool of taxes is also reducing for the southern states. Now let's see. So this chart talks about the amount in rupee each state got for every rupee they contributed to central taxes. So whatever amount they contributed to the central taxes, what have they received back? So if we will see, then Maharashtra, Karnataka, Haryana, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Punjab, West Bengal, these states have received less than 1 rupee. For whatever they have paid, they are receiving much less than that. With regard to Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, Odisha, Himachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, these are the states which are receiving more than what they have contributed to the central tax. And it is the Bihar which is receiving the highest amount, then Uttar Pradesh and then Assam. So these are the 3 states which are receiving the maximum amount, and the 3 states which are receiving the less amount is Maharashtra, Karnataka and Haryana. So the southern states, that is why they are in conflict with the center, because they are receiving less than what they are contributing. You see, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, all of them are getting much lesser than what they are contributing. Now, the share of states in the divisible pool of taxes over the last 6 Finance Commission. So, if we will see, then Karnataka, it is going down. The share is going down. Kerala, it is going down. Tamil Nadu, over the years, it has come down. Gujarat, it was down, but now it is coming up. Maharashtra, it is coming up. Then Bihar, it is going down, but now it is stagnant. Rajasthan is at a certain pace, doing fine, and Uttar Pradesh is also at a certain pace. Now that was it, and in the end, a prelims MCQ, and people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. And this is a PYQ of the year 2023. It means very recent. Consider the following. For the horizontal tax devolution, the 15th Finance Commission used how many of the above as criteria other than population, area and income distance? So apart from population, area and income distance, in the horizontal tax devolution, what all it constitutes? Demographic performance, forest and ecology, governance reforms, stable government, tax and fiscal efforts. The options are only 2, only 3, only 4, all 5. You should be able to do this one. We have discussed this in this video. So give me the answer in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time. Keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.